way in hell that this is going to go out before 11 because it's well past that right now in the Eastern time zone. However, for those of you more west, you'll probably get it at a decent hour instead of like early in the morning. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Raven and Full Scale Friday. Thank goodness. Finally able to deliver you another full reading instead of just a short. By the way, there will be a short today, and if you're not on my YouTube channel, that is where the shorts happen daily. So if there's a short to be done, it's going to be done there. It is just a 1 minute long video. Sometimes it's a single card draw, sometimes it's 3, depending on what's needed. So, this is Full Scale Friday, and as you know, Full Scale Friday is where we do a full reading, the ones I really love to do. And if you would like a full reading, there's an easy way to do it. You just drop down into the description down below where my link tree is. You simply go to either the Amazon or Modifius link. You send me anything off of that link, anything 35 and under, get you 2 readings and a birthday reading. Anything over that gets you 4 readings and a birthday reading. So for a total of 5. How do you like that? Pretty good? Okay. Also, no one is required to do so. In fact, if this is your thing, if these little general readings here work for you, then by all means continue to enjoy them, and I thank you for tuning in. And I say that because I know some of you have holiday season things coming up. You've got all kinds of stuff going on. I completely understand. Take care of you and yours first. As I'm fond of saying, take care of yourselves and each other. So take care of those, yourself and those in your circle first before you do anything else. However, if this is a Christmas gift idea for you, or a holiday gift, however you want to look at it, well, then you can do the same thing. You could just tell me who the reading's for, what their birthday is, and I will go ahead and what their email address is, and that way I'll go ahead and send them a link and let them know that they can redeem the others at any time. And I'll even tell them who it's from. So be sure to leave that as well. I decided today that an ancestral reading was in order. We've been getting a lot of messages about kind of letting go of control for a while. Kind of resting up, taking care of ourselves. Get away from what's keeping us up at night. Sorry everyone, my senses are playing a little bit of hell with me today. I hope you'll bear with me. So, I'm sure much of this will look very, very familiar to you. We've got Celtic Tarot, we've got Viking Oracle, we've got Spirit Animal Oracle, Angels and Ancestors, and the Runes. This will be for the entire weekend. I will have off tomorrow, but there will be no live stream because I simply have far too much to do, and I really need to get to it. So, unfortunately, no live stream for tomorrow, but I am off next week. We will resume live streaming then, and hopefully we'll just have a little fun. You know, we'll sit, we'll have tea, we'll just yak about things. We've got and let me tell you something. I know Joe's got a lot to yak about, and so do I. Oh, wow. The things we've been through over the past few weeks when we haven't had a live stream to talk about this stuff and vent it. So let's get right down to it. This weekend, who are we most going to be like? You know, what are we this weekend? Where do we stand? Well, if you're facing battles, even uphill, you can win them. Now, these are not going to be easy. That's why they're called battles. But the thing that you have to remember is that those you pick to be with you, you know, your kinsmen, your clan, your tribe, whatever it's called, you know, those around you, your pals, your road dogs, whatever, choose them very carefully because the choices matter. I can tell you this much. It's like how can I put this? If RPGs have taught me anything, knowing the setting before you create your character is very important. Because if you create a character and it doesn't match the setting, you're going to be extremely limited. And if you're going to be extremely limited, well, you better have very, very good imaginative skills. So, what are we being guided by? The key to winning any of your battles: be very genuine. Sometimes this card is about compromise. Sometimes it is about compromise, but never forget, just as one side has to come to you, you have to go to that side as well. Both are going to have to give up a little ground, and if there's no compromise, well, it's not going to look good, is it? It's not that just people won't be meeting in the middle. They won't be meeting anywhere, except on the battlefield. So, spirit animal, what are we looking at? Much like the hummingbird, it's all about being here now. Listen, we picture the outcomes of things, and we picture our songs being sung, our efforts being praised, or the hero of the day. But what about right now? If the situation that you're in sucks right now, you still have to be in it. You have to mind that. Because if you're stuck in the past, you don't get to have a bright future. And if you're stuck in the future, you're going to miss everything about the present. You'll miss every gift given to you. Seriously. So, mentally, we have a Five of Wands. We have a King of Cauldrons in reverse. We have a Wheel of Fortune in reverse too. And this is what we're talking about. Starting right here. Everything's a sparring match, isn't it? Everything is all about fighting and trying to hone those skills. And these are martial skills. You're always trying to one-up the next person or outthink them or outdo them. This is very competitive. But the problem is that it comes from this place where you don't have any emotional mastery. You don't hold your emotions rule over you. And that's an entirely terrible place to be, because any kind of good fortune that you could possibly be preparing for yourself goes right to hell. It completely reverses. Normally this card, like this, would be great because all of your bad luck's about to turn, but looks like in this case, if you don't get off this mental path, your luck is about to turn for the worst. Remember, you're going to have to go to them just as much as they're going to have to come to you. You're going to have to meet in the middle. You're going to have to understand that you may not get what you want, but you will get what you need. You will be able to move forward. Physically speaking, got an Ace of Wands in reverse, got a Knight of Swords in reverse, and we got a King of Shields in reverse too. A lot of reversals. So, are we missing those creative opportunities? We're leaving those behind. We're not looking at them. We're not even viewing them properly. And this is very much right there in the real and tangible area. And it seems like we've spent a little too much time acting, not enough time thinking, not enough time in what we love the most. But it seems our focus is shot because we've taken too much swift action. We need to slow down a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how many people just yesterday were so impatient. It was unreal. Just to give you a couple examples, I had one lady just about in a complete fit because it wasn't right there, right when she called. You know, we're short-staffed, that's how it is. I have to make as much use, I have to maximize the use of my time. Not according to her. And I kept having to tell her to just give me a moment, I'll be right with her. And then on my way home, I was nearly hit by some some jagoff who decided he was going to he was going to whip around so quickly I had to nearly dive out of the way. And it's the first and only time I've ever screamed at someone, especially on the road. Now, we don't slow down, then what's going to happen is it's going to be very, very costly. If we don't get our impatience under control, everything must be now, 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 now. We're just locked into this Amazon Prime culture. If we don't temper that and temper it immediately, we're going to lose out big time. That's all of us. It's not just me or you or any. It could be you watching this right now. And if you're watching this right now, it's for a good reason. This mentality of competitive, always must keep up, always must do, always must do. This is why I said let go of the controls for a little while. Sometimes you need to. You need to learn that little bit of patience. The same lady who was screaming, who was nearly screaming at me, kept talking about how patient I was. Really inside I was just like, will you please just leave me alone? And so many other things were just piling in on top of it because, of course they would. Spiritually speaking, got an 8 of Cups here. We've got the Fool. And looks like we have the Mother in reverse. So this 8 of Cauldrons, we do have a bit of an eclipse moment here. This is where we need to understand that we have to move on. This is where you do move on. You have to leave behind certain things, certain mentalities. You're going to have to change your mind. If you want things to work out, you're going to have to change up things yourself. You're going to have to change yourself before you can change anything else. It's just, that's how it is. It doesn't work any other way. Screaming at someone else like I did yesterday did not work. They did not pull over, come up, I am so sorry. They didn't do any of that. They just kept on. They probably would have, if they hit me, they probably would have just kept on. So it really didn't do me much good. It just led to me screaming like a madman. Made me look like an idiot. Because isn't this what you want? That new adventure, that new opportunity. The ability to kind of set out on your own. If you want that, you're going to have to leave behind a lot of what you have. We just celebrated a moment where we came out thanking, being thankful, being grateful for what we had. So how much of it are you willing to leave behind to make something new? That's the question. Because we're not being very nurturing right now. We're not taking care of ourselves, and that's a problem. And if you're not taking care of yourselves, how can you expect to take care of each other? How can you expect to take care of the world if you're not taking care of yourself first? So let's answer some of these questions, shall we? So we've got Summer for the Oracle card. We've got Spirit Fox. And we have an Animal Guardian. A lot of this kind of around animals here. But for Summer, I know it's winter, but for Summer, it's telling you bask in the joy and light. You're going to have to focus a little bit more on what you love. And you're going to have to understand that you have a lot more than what you think. You probably have more than what you need. You can afford to give up a little bit of ground and still enjoy something. For the Spirit Fox, you're going to have to trust your talents in changing times. Remember what we talked about, the godlike power to create. Right now, just create. It does not have to be perfect. And don't worry about what the critics are going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm currently in the middle of writing an RPG. I will probably be working on more notes tonight. And guess what? I already know what some are going to say, and I don't give a shit. Because it's not for them. They're not going to buy it. They're not going to play it. And I'll just be honest with you, I'm okay with that. Your instincts will never lead you astray. You need to start trusting them. I can tell you this much. Last night, I don't know what it was, but I was at a stoplight. The light changed. I waited 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Cars behind me are blowing their horns, and right about at between 3 and 4, this car just came blasting through the red light. And if I had been going through that red light, I would have been hit. Would have been a major accident. And a major accident the day before took out a transformer, which killed power to here several times and work pretty much the entire rest of the day. The last 2 hours of work were spent in darkness. If you follow any of my social media, you'd have seen that post. Let's cap it off with the runes. We've got Manaz, we've got Othala, and we have Fehu. Now finally some good news. If you're taking care of yourself, you can take care of others as well. You may not be able to help everybody, but let me tell you, what little you can do for someone else will mean the world. But you're going to have to approach it with your humanity. That means get yourself out of the instant gratification headspace for a little while, because it's not going to work out. It's not going to happen. Okay? The next one, Othala. You know, there are people that are older and wiser than you. And yes, some of them fucked up royally. But guess what? The biggest source of wisdom is learning from the mistakes of others. And they can tell you, yeah, I completely fucked that up by doing it that way. Don't do the things I do. Remember, if you got a person running through a minefield and you're mapping their every move, the first time they step on a mine, you'll know what? Don't step there. Right? Right. Finally, Fehu, this is your outcome. If you get things under control now, you understand that you can't always get what you want. Guess what? Greater rewards are ahead, and they're ahead for you. So as much as this is a warning, it's also a little bit of a message of hope for this weekend. And I hope that you will be able to win that battle. I hope that you will be in the here and now. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Look at your surroundings, understand where you are, and act accordingly. It can't hurt. So, I have a couple birthday readings to do tomorrow. I hope to see you again very soon. I'll also be recording some shorts for the days I cannot be here. So I hope that you'll come over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. I hope that you'll stick around for the shorts on those days, and I hope that wherever these videos are for you, that you'll view them and you'll share them. Someone out there may need the message. And that you'll tell them to come on with you. I thank you so much for being here. Just remember, I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up, and as always, shine on. Have a great weekend.